Hello, everybody. In this revival awakening that we're having, we're being restored back into righteousness. There's a big revival of everyone waking up from around the world, coming back into oneness with God, stepping into their kingdom calling, healing generations, all kinds of stuff. So a few of the really big topics that are being transformed within our people are going to be occult practices and feminine and masculine persons. And so we are conquering the spirit of witchcraft. A lot of people that have gone into witchcraft thinking that it is good and it's not of the devil are waking up, realizing, oh, these gifts that I have are actually prophetic gifts. These are my gifts of the spirit that are meant to be used to heal people. But I've been confused thinking that I need to go into witchcraft. So people are starting to realize that they're prophets and healers, not witches. And so we're conquering the spirit of the occult and the spirit of witchcraft. We're healing. And so our men are being called upon to rise back up into their masculinity, to take back their masculinity, but to do it right this time and to be righteous and godly and to be good, strong leaders, not oppressive dictators that abuse women and hurt people, but that our men are going to rise up to be godly men, men of Abraham, men of David, men of Jesus. And our women then can fall back into their femininity and be Rebecca's and Rachel's and Sarah's. And so I want to discuss the feminine and masculine properties. God showed me years and years ago about how we have to be balanced in our feminine and masculine. The men have to be more masculine and the women have to be more feminine. That's how we come together. That's how we balance each other out and help each other. And that's how biologically we're wired. But because of trauma, we get mixed up, and also environmental factors, cultural factors. But at our core, at our healthiest, men should be strong, warrior-like king leaders with love and compassion for their people and their children and their partners, their women. And that allows the woman to step into her feminine energy and to be the receiver and the healer and the nurturer and the comforter and the support system, the one that lifts up, the one that encourages, the one that gives wisdom to the man, the one that the man can lean on. But because of all the years of abuse and misguidance that the men have done, they lost their place in the leadership roles, and the women have had to step up because we didn't have men to help us. But the women have stepped up and taken it too far to where they've emasculated men, they've hated men, to the point that men have become more of a woman than women are. We've switched roles. So that's chaos and confusion. A lot of this happens through sexual trauma that alters your brain chemistry and changes the way you see people sexually. So you've got to go through and heal the flesh, heal the trauma that created you the way that you are. You're not supposed to embrace yourself as you are. Yes, love yourself, but then heal yourself. It's not, oh, I went through all this trauma and now I am the way that I am, so the world needs to conform to make me feel better. That's not how it works. What works is I love myself, I love you, I've gone through these traumas. It makes me this way, I need to heal. Because if you don't heal, you'll never find wholeness. And so people that have gone through sexual trauma, which is 90% of the world, it's time to heal that trauma by validating what happened, calling out the predators that hurt you, validating your wounds, and healing them, realizing that what happened to you was not your fault. You were taken advantage of, it harmed you, and that you deserve to be whole. And you deserve to heal so that you can learn what real love truly is. Not just sexual perversion, but real love and real self-identity in God that comes through healing yourself, not forcing everyone to conform to your way of life that happened from trauma. That's not how this works. We're supposed to die to our flesh because the flesh is a suit of sin that keeps us grounded and stuck. We're supposed to conquer the flesh and conquer the sin and rise up in spirit so that we can be one with God, where there is no sin that keeps us down. That's the awakening we're having. That's the spiritual awakening and the revival that we're having. Our men are rising up to be men again. Our women are stepping back into our feminine energy to be the receiver and the nurturer and the lover, the caretaker of all. Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy. He attacks your family first, and then he can attack the children and the individual. We've got to bring back our families, and we do that through proper roles of masculine and feminine, where we've got a husband and a wife that can properly balance out the headship over the family so that the children feel safe and secure and that they can heal. We've got to conquer the spirit of witchcraft by teaching people that no, there's nothing wrong with you. First, you want to break every spirit of witchcraft over your bloodline, and then see what gifts that you've had disappear that were demonic, and what gifts still stick that are prophetic. Come out of witchcraft and come into prophetic healing, where you don't mess with divination, and you don't mess with communicating with the dead, and you don't mess with sorcery and pharmaceuticals. The shift is very powerful. The shift is very strong. It's here. It's happening right now. So trust it and follow it. And I feel like we're going to see a lot of things taking place. It's a huge revival happening worldwide. Trust yourself. Get right with God. Heal your traumas. Validate your inner child. Stand up for your inner child when no one else did. Come out of sin. You have to stop the lifestyle of sin that God's telling you to stop. You just have to. You can't stay in it anymore. You have to come out of it. And through that obedience, you're going to be transformed. And it's transformation from the inside out that God does by you obeying what He's asking. Die to the flesh and transform into the spirit. And that's what's happening in the world right now.